As of May 7th, every traveler will be required to present a real ID when they come to the checkpoint to be given access to be allowed to travel. So access to the checkpoint is the key to be able to travel. And that's where real ID comes into play. If you don't have a driver's license with the star on the upper right-hand corner from Arkansas or any of the 50 states, as well as our territories, then there are other documents that may work. And that includes a passport card, a TWIC card, which is the Transportation Worker Identification Credential. Most truck drivers have that because they need access to seaports. If you're a merchant marine, then your merchant marine ID. If you're part of the Department of Defense, that works as well. And if you're an international traveler, any documents that you used to enter the U.S. lawfully can be used at our airport security checkpoints. You can also use a passport from any country, so long as the passport is not expired. That's really critical, that any expired document is not considered real ID compliant. And that's really important for people to understand. Please don't panic, but take action. Today is the day to take out your ID, look for that star in the upper right-hand corner, and remember, each state has its own design. So in Arkansas, there may be a particular design, but if you're from California, they have a bear with a star in the middle. If you're from New York, they may not have a star, but have some other identifiers that make an ID real ID compliant. So make sure to contact your individual state of issuance. So whatever state issued your ID is the one that can tell you whether it's compliant or not. Now, every day we have travelers who come to our checkpoint without an ID because they lost it, their purse was stolen, or whatever reason. We work with our travelers to try to validate and verify their identity. That is not a fast process and there's no guarantee. That's what will happen May 7th. If someone shows up without a real ID, we will work with them. Our officers will try to verify their identity through a series of questions about themselves, where they've lived. It's sometimes very similar to a credit check. Now, if you have someone who's lived in 12 different places in the last 2 years, they may not know their addresses, so they may not be able to verify their identity. If that happens, you will not be able to get access to the checkpoint, which means you will not be allowed to fly. Now, if we have 100 people who don't have a real ID and you're number 99 on that list, then it's very likely that you will not be able to get verified in time for you to make your flight. There's lots of variables in this. The key to everything is to have a real ID compliant document. For people who have questions, go to tsa.gov/realid. We have a comprehensive list of all of the documents that are considered compliant. You can go to our social media platforms and ask TSA, where a uniformed officer will respond to your questions within the hour. Generally, within 3 minutes or less, you get a response. So lack of information is no reason for you not to have a real ID.
So the Department of Finance and Administration issues the real IDs here in Arkansas, and we've taken several steps to try and make getting a real ID as easy as possible for Arkansans. Number one, you need to be in person the first time you get a real ID in one of our 130 plus DMVs across the state of Arkansas. Number two, we have an appointment system that you can participate in if you go online, or of course, you can walk into any of our DMVs across the state. And number three, this Saturday, we're going to have some locations open for appointments or walk-ins to get a real ID. So on Saturday, we will not be doing the other business, car registrations, title work, etc., only issuing real IDs, and those are only at a limited number of Arkansas DMVs. So the place to find out more information is at mydmv.arkansas.gov. Again, that's mydmv.arkansas.gov.